All right, guys, today what we're gonna do is we're gonna take your 85-mile-an-hour serve and we're gonna turn into a 100-mile-an-hour plus serve. That sounds like a big promise, but when you think about it, if you can serve the ball 85 miles an hour, which a lot of you can out there, adding an extra 10 to 15 miles an hour is really not as tough as you think if you can really focus and practice on these concepts. So the first thing that I think a lot of people out there can really focus on, and we'll stay on the ground to start so we can really feel it, is the timing of the snap or the whip. I feel that a lot of players are late on this, especially if you're trying to hit the ball hard, but also make it too. I feel that people are delayed in their snaps. So they'll come here, the racket's dropped already, then they get to about here, and now they think, okay, now I'm gonna snap that ball, and they end up pushing a lot of these late and leaving a lot of power on the table. Okay, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I mean, that serve looked fairly powerful. It wasn't weak, you know, maybe about 85 miles an hour right there, but they're also going long because I'm snapping too late when I'm doing that. Now that was a little better. That was actually more of a correct snap, and that's what I want you thinking about. So to get that serve some extra pop, maybe add an extra 5, 10, who knows, maybe it could even add 15 for you. What I'm thinking is when I get to about here, mentally, this is when I start telling myself to whip or snap. So if we take the drone and we kind of come over here to this, right here, this ball machine, what I want you to think about is if you have a whip in your hand, if you're taking the whip in your hand and you're so close to it and you go to crack the whip, how much are you going to be cracking this right here from here? You're not going to get a lot of crack on it. What you want to do instead to really like make a whoosh sound into this Playmate ball machine, you'd stand further back and then crack the whip. Now it would crack into the ball machine, wrap all around, you'd feel a lot of power, you'd hear a loud sound. That's what I want you thinking about when you're serving, that you get to about here and you start cracking the whip. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get here and then crack the whip. Boom, much bigger serve. I'm going to get right about there, crack, boom. Okay, look at that. Big time up the fence right there on that one. So we're getting right here, cracking that whip. Okay, so much bigger serves. Okay, tip number 2 is, you notice we're jumping now, so when we jump, we do want to lead ourselves into the court. If you're throwing the toss up and it's landing still in, see, I have a green court here, so if I toss the ball up and it's still landing in the green of the court, when I go to jump, that's going to make me hit late. I'm not going to hit as big. The ball's behind me and I go to snap, I'm going to be snapping a lot of those balls long, especially when you do jump, okay? Right? Those are going way out, losing a ton of power. Your other problem is you can also lead yourself too far. You want to put the ball out into the court into a place to where when you go to hit it, you still feel power at the top. If you feel that your body's running out of steam, you're throwing the ball too far out there. See, like that one is maybe a little too far for me to go, and I'm running out of steam. I'll show that again. So maybe we can get a top view on this one to where it shows me throwing the ball a little too far out in front, and I'm losing steam. So as I'm tossing this one, this is a little too far out in front. I'm leading myself too far, and it's tough. I'm like losing my balance midway in the air. So the perfect range is when you're jumping in the court and at the very top of your hit, and you'll know when you do it right, you're feeling all kinds of pop and you still feel in control. It's like LeBron James dunking a basketball. Boom. Okay, so we're still feeling powerful and in control with that jump. You see that? And then we're able to hit a big serve right there. My body just kind of flows in there. So you want to perfect that motion to where you're leading yourself. You want to perfect that motion where you're leading yourself into the court and hitting that serve. Then you're going to serve big all day long. Now, the last thing you can work on is your landing, so you always have a consistent landing, okay? I like the idea of being able to land, and then you look at the pros who are even kicking that back leg up. So really exaggerating that back leg kick when you're done, that'll give you some extra power and pop. So now I'm going to focus on really going up, digging my legs in the ground, up and land. Boom, okay? And we're able to hold that land. That's a great drill to get there and pop and land. Practice a couple more like that. Working on getting that snap at the right time. All right, I'm gonna do one more. Okay guys, so there you go. There are your 3 magic tips for adding that extra 10 to 15 miles an hour. Number 1 is we want to focus on snapping early. Number 2, we want to lead ourselves out in the court. Number 3, we want to have a nice balanced landing with a leg kick so you can practice actually holding that finish. So that's going to take your serve to another level. You want to keep getting your serve to another level, check out my free serving course, Serving A to Z. Go into the card section of the video, click on that. Go into the description, click on that. If you enjoyed this video, if you like the unique footage that we just gave you guys, give this video a like, subscribe so you don't miss more awesome videos like this, and we'll see you guys on the next video.